Hi, good afternoon. Today is February 8th, okay? So it's Thursday and tomorrow is February 9th, Friday. Happy New Year's Day among Chinese, or Gong Hei Fat Choi, okay? Or Happy Chinese New Year, alright? So, well, I'm part Chinese, okay? So well, I should have like a celebration tomorrow. So I hope our billionaire friend Alex is gonna send us like an ampao. Hey, shout out Masilang. I have yet to see you tomorrow. Okay, I hope we're gonna receive like a lot of tikoy and ampao for that matter. All right, okay, so there. So it's tax season, okay? So the deadline for the filing of income tax return is on April 15, all right? All right, so April 15, and we're starting doing preparation of financial statements and, well, and of course income tax returns, okay? So how to obtain a CPA certificate, or like for example, an independent CPA certificate or independent auditor report, all right? Okay, so there a CPA certificate or an independent auditor's report is actually an opinion of a CPA practitioner on the fairness of the financial statements. Okay, so it's not actually the auditor that's doing the financial statements. It's always the management. Okay, the management is understood to have prepared the financial statements. All right. So the responsibility of the CPA practitioner or an auditor for that matter to be able to issue an independent auditor's report is to express an opinion on the fairness of the financial statements. All right. So this is clear. Okay. So it's not the auditor that's gonna prepare the audited financial statements. Okay. The role of the auditor is to audit, okay, on a test basis of the prepared financial statements by the management, okay? So there, so claro yan ha. So that's why there is what we call statement of management responsibility accompanying income tax return and financial statements, because it says there that the responsibility of the auditor is to express an opinion on the financial statements. All right. So by saying so, okay, so it does mean that there may be some concealments or material misstatements of the financial statements that the auditor may not be able to see, because you know what, normally what management is gonna give to the auditor is a working trial balance, okay, where you see there working trial balance and adjusted trial balance and then adjustments and trial balance adjusted. All right, so there, so well, for to facilitate the issuance of an independent auditor support or a CPA certificate expressing an unqualified opinion. Okay, there are different kinds of opinions that a CPA can issue. Okay, to attest on the fairness of the financial statements. Okay, one that's very famous is unqualified opinion. Okay, when you say unqualified opinion, the financial statements are free of material misstatements, and there is no like particular phrase less except to, or some exception, or qualified opinion. When you say qualified opinion, there's like an exception, an internal control system following this and that. There's like a restriction. Okay, there's like what you call particular something that's not in conformity with the generally accepted accounting principles. All right. So next is adverse opinion. Adverse opinion is an opinion that's outed or that's being given by an independent CPA practitioner, okay, to the what you call this, the financial statements are not presented fairly. Okay, remember that the auditor performs audit procedures on a test basis. Okay, so it means that the auditor that's performing the audit, the CPA that's performing the audit, does not actually do substantive exhaustive audit. Okay, so on a test basis, okay, the auditor checks some supporting documents for uh, cost and expenses and revenues. Okay, so when the auditor kind of like figure out that a particular activity of the company, for example, has a loose internal control system, okay, that's when the time the auditor kind of like perform on a test basis. Okay, so procedures that will facilitate the issuance of an independent auditor report. All right. So what's very famous here, to be honest, here in the Philippines, okay, except maybe for Sisip Gores and Galayo and other prominent accounting firms, auditing firms. Well, I've used to work with this giant auditing firms. They have like a kind of like template, you know, of how to pull through preparation of financial statements and all that. All right. So well, as most of tax practitioners are here in the Philippines, well, particularly here in Manila, we kind of like do the financial statements at the same time and will allow our auditor, signing auditor friends to actually, not really do sort of an audit, but it's kind of like, you know, we allow them to issue independent auditor support or CPA certificates for the financial statements that we prepare. All right, so there. Remember that there's a statement of management responsibility. Okay, so it's always the responsibility of the management. That's why the auditor cannot see if there's like material misstatement of the financial statements. All right. So always remember this, that there is a statement of management responsibility accompanying income tax return and financial statements. So that will kind of like, you know, give like demarcation line as to what is the responsibility of the auditor and at the same time of management. Okay, so there. So it's tax season again, and come on, we have to be aware of this. All right, so what's needed for a company to be well kind of like that will require a CPA certificate or an independent auditor support are companies that have revenues or sales above 3 million. Okay, professional, freelancer individuals, single proprietorships. For corporations and partnerships, they are needed to be issued independent auditor reports or CPA certificates, because that's one of the requirements of the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. There should be an audited financial statements. Okay, remember that your financial statements cannot be declared audited if they are not issued CPA certificate or an independent auditor report. Okay, so corporations, whether it's a stock corporation or a non-profit, okay, so you must obtain a CPA certificate or an independent auditor's report. All right. So this is Teacher Felbert again of Sanctuary for the Stumbled Podcast. Okay, I am a teacher, I am an internal, external auditor, and I freelance I freelance into internal and external auditor, and like I'm a teacher, I'm an artist, a filmmaker, and I'm occasionally into acting. Okay, Kung Hei Fa Choi to my Chinese lineage. Okay, to my Chinese family in Baliang, Misamis Occidental. Okay, Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. Okay, Kubao, I miss you already. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Bye bye.